tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
We're not getting it right in our homes. Parenting has gone wrong. I think if we're going to question the children, we need to question parents.
Nigerians, we've just lost our moral compass.
Yes.
We don't seem to know the difference between right
And
wrong.
Yes.
In my view, you don't become a good leader because you're in government. You must be a good follower. You must be a good leader from the bottom.
Elections are rigged all over the world. They're rigged. So Nigeria is not peculiar. And when you think that, oh, they're going to rig so it doesn't matter, then obviously they have the chance to do that.
We need, at this point, you see, there are a lot of people at the bottom who know what is right, but they don't do anything about it. They only complain. We need to start massing up such people. Forget, that's what I was talking about. We can't change the top if we don't start influencing our immediate environment. You who knows what is right.
For me, I wanted to change that culture. I didn't believe that until you see a white man or you see a foreigner in the kitchen before you can believe that, you know, good food is going to come out of that kitchen.
You can leverage on each other's spaces and, you know, sell. We believe in Nigeria, right? We believe that Nigeria can get better. We, the youth, are the ones that can make it better.
And my products are proudly made in Nigeria.
Made in Nigeria, showing every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. and repeats on Saturday at 8:30 a.m.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Usaiwa Mesali, and today I'm joined by my amazing co-anchors. I have Isia Fodele and Elsie Godwin. Hello, ladies.
Hi, darling.
I'm good. Today I'm feeling good.
This is not just because of her. So that she can be happy. Your hair is fine, Owa.
Oh my God, Fab's hair got me.
Your eyebrow is fine.
Oh my God, Fab's hair got me.
Your eyelashes is fine.
Fab's hair got me.
Your dress is fine.
Okay, I can't remember the name of where I got this.
Fighting war. So I'm okay. My day has been okay. Aside from the fact that I don't know how we are coping with this fuel crisis, but we're surviving.
You look good.
Thank you. And so do you.
How are you, Elsie Godwin?
I'm good, I'm fine.
So what's happening? What happened today? Today's Wednesday, midweek.
Yeah, it's been work. There's just a lot of things that needs to be done at the same time, and I'm taking them one step at a time.
I'm telling you.
So, yeah, we're here.
International Women's Month. We're feeding ourselves, yeah?
I beg. I think I celebrate women every month, but
every day, in fact.
I like the idea of International Women's Month. I just don't like a lot of the performatives that come with it, and everybody's not interested in women for this month, and after this month, what happens?
They forget about it.
But yeah, let's enjoy it. Let's and put the most important conversation at the forefront right now. Hopefully, people listen and carry on that whatever they pledge right now. Yeah.
You know what I now eventually found out. I found it's 1,005 to go in. Then they will not take them to the nozzle to get fuel.
To get fuel.
Meanwhile, people had been queuing. crazy.
Well, now you know
Hours.
sharp for this Lagos.
I know sharp,
If
Abi.
you sharp quick,
See,
but don't
I
notice
think
this
that's the problem we have in Nigeria. That sharpness, that
Well,
aspect
let's
you
leave
have
that
to-
matter, please. We're discussing PCOS, right?
Yes.
And here's what we found as today's quote. Having PCOS has zero contingency on your worth and value as a woman. Know that you didn't do this to yourself. Your body is not broken, and there is nothing absolutely wrong with you. Today, polycystic ovarian syndrome, that's the PCOS, is a hormonal disorder common among women of reproductive age. Women with PCOS may have infrequent or prolonged menstrual PCOS. But first, let's take a break to see what we found in the news. You are still encourage people more, so you can just do something really nice for someone today if you haven't done so already. Ours is going to be at 12 midnight. We have a strategy to fill our tanks.
Why are you exposing us?
I want to tell people that I'm making you feel happy tonight now. Kilo day. See, let me tell you.
If you're a happy person, it's not looking for happiness outside. It's supposed to be within you as a person.
No, so today focuses on the other people other than yourself. So instead of saying,
it's easier to make a person who is already happy, or just do something that excites them, than someone who does not have happiness in them. So you will try.
That's where I'm coming from.
Even if you give them 1 liter of water,
it makes no difference.
No,
they come back.
not
Oliver Twist, they will come back for more, and it makes no difference.
it's a void that can't be filled. It's just deep there.
Yeah.
well, then honestly, what you said, you need to be very deliberate about choosing to be happy, regardless of the situation. Because if you want to find a reason to be unhappy, trust me, Nigeria, we give you 1,000,001.
And that is why
Your story.
my story
Go
is
ahead.
a feel-good story, happy story. I know that they might bring violence, but 2022 are for peace. So I'm going entertainment. I don't have energy. This is good news for Fireboy DML. His song Peru. I know most of us know the song. Even if you don't know who sang it, Peru Para.
Peru,
So,
Peru, Para.
it's the most streamed song in Nigeria on Spotify. This was made known as they commemorate their first year in Nigeria, which is Spotify in Nigeria, really. So they revealed that the most streamed song in Nigeria is Fireboy DML's Peru, followed by Mona Lisa. I know you know Mona Lisa.
Majo, Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa by Loje and Saz, and then Feeling by Buju.
Oh.
Yeah, those songs are really popular, and then of course with Ladipo in it. On my list, Understand was the fourth most streamed track. High by Adekunle Gold, closing off the top 5 local songs. I like that song as well. In fact, all the top 5 songs are just amazing. So yeah, kudos to them, congratulations to them. Nigerian artists are dominating the local music scene, and with Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, Buju, now Benson. He said he wants to be called Benson, and of course Olamide topping the top 5 artists. So congratulations to them. CK remains the top exported local artist. CK story is an interesting
Which one
story.
is CK again?
Love 120.
Me or Mo.
Oh my God. But anyway,
So what
congratulations
does this
to
mean
them.
to us though?
Oh,
LC?
CK. CK
No,
is a Nigerian artist.
No, I'm saying, what does this?
Attention to these creative tools. So, like you like to relate it, which I'm definitely sure as to how we can also use it to better the
Leverage
country
it.
and
Leverage on it.
also preach the right things. Because you saw the song that we were sharing, the one that what
Oh,
was
see, I
it?
didn't.
Ali,
yes.
Lappy
something.
or something. Oh gosh.
You know. So yeah, these people are still in the same part of entertainment and creativity, and they're doing this number. So there is a market.
But
and
that
there are
song,
things-
shouldn't they ban that song from playing?
It's in the
that's
social
a
media.
Well, please don't turn my story to a sad story. It's a feel-good story. Thank you.
All right, my
Please, your story.
My story is on mental health, and it borders on the fact that the WHO says that COVID-19 pandemic triggered 25% increase in prevalence of anxiety and depression. And in the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic, the global prevalence of anxiety and depression increased by a massive 25%, according to the scientific brief released by WHO. And this has affected most summaries, and it says that the effect of the pandemic on availability of mental health services and how this has changed the society during the pandemic, and concerns are on the potential increases in mental health conditions, and which has already prompted about 90% of countries studying and surveying to include mental health and other practices that has to do with mental health studies, psychosocial psychosocial support in COVID-19 response. So I think this is crucial, basically, because we have more than enough on our plate, having to deal with the social economic problems we have in Nigeria. Now, adding COVID-19 to it, it has also escalated the mental health space. And it's crucial that we actually take it into consideration and study it. Not only has this happened in Nigeria, it is global.
It's a global thing, yeah.
It's a global thing. So yes, I am for mental health. You saw the story I actually shared on someone who actually committed suicide in the case in terms of
don't wait to bet
who
now.
was an advocate for mental health issues as
if
well.
we are advocating and taking mental health or trying to take mental health serious in Nigeria, what happens to
The follow-up story. She's been found.
Awesome.
Yes, she's been
But
found.
that shouldn't have happened in the first place, right?
yes, but
If he did not raise an alarm on social media,
maybe
he probably
he
wouldn't
would not
have gotten help.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we shouldn't pick up their phone and comment and tell it's not just a comment on social media, but what just your comment
can make
is
someone
doing
commit
to the next
suicide.
person
Absolutely.
is what we need to begin to break down for people to understand the impacts they have. You don't need to be a celebrity or an influencer or even have up to 1,000 followers to have an impact on the next person on social media.
Absolutely.
So I'm hoping that we can have like a segment.
And you know the funny
that
thing about
conversation.
comments on social media? Isn't it funny that you might have 10 good comments? It is the bad comment your eye falls to straight.
That's
first.
just what we as humans, it's psychology.
Yeah,
right?
so let me take my story. I don't know, it's a mixed feeling for me. Well, I'm happy that this is already happening because we've been shouting it for too long. The Russian-Ukraine war, Buhari approves about $8.5 million for evacuation of Nigerians. This was said, the Federal Executive Council today in Abuja said that 8.5 million had been approved. This is about 3.5 billion plus, 3.5 plus billion to facilitate the immediate evacuation of 5,000 Nigerian students from Ukraine, Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia. The Minister for State for Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, Zubairu Dada, disclosed this at the to State House correspondents shortly after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by the Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo at the council members of the presidential villa. He said alongside with the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, the Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Farouk, that this approval followed a joint memo that was presented by both the ministry at the council meeting. Now, according to him, the federal government has contracted Air Peace, Max Air Airlines to avail 3 aircraft to facilitate this evacuation. Now, he said the evacuees or the people that will be evacuated include 940 from evacuees. Thank you, my English mistress. Now, they would include 940 from Romania, 150 from Slovakia, 350 from Poland, and who have registered to leave. This is not even up to the 5,000. So on the amount approved, Dada explained that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs wrote a memo to the President seeking funding to enable us to conduct this exercise, and this memo was to the tune of 8.5 million, which has generously been approved. How generous? You know, has been approved, and the provision entails an arrangement to evacuate not less than 5,000. So it's an on-and-on conversation. Two things that stood out for me. While I commend the president that it's happening, it's never late to start to make the right decision.
Yes.
Two begging that please come and get us out and all of that. So India celebrated. We saw the aircraft when the minister in India welcomed the people from Ukraine. Ghana also have received some of their students as well from Ukraine and all of that. So it's just almost like is what is happening. It shouldn't have gotten to where it is today, but we will take what we've got. All right, so on that note, we'll take a break. When we come back, we want to discuss PCOS, right? And we have our guests with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the Babin, I pay my rent. From the Babin, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
All right, thanks for staying with us. Polycystic ovary syndrome, that's PCOS, is the most common endocrine disorder in women, presenting with several possible combinations of signs and symptoms and a range of phenotypes, which may include reproductive, endocrine and metabolic alterations. Now, infertility, gestational diabetes, or pregnancy induced high blood pressure, miscarriages, premature birth, depression, anxiety, eating disorder, cancer of the uterine lining are a few of the many complications from PCOS. I'm sure many people do not know what PCOS is. Now, what do you think about PCOS, and how can we further understand the biological uniqueness of women and manage PCOS, right? That's the conversation today. Remember, we had a conversation last week around equality, right? When we talked about equality for women and the uniqueness of women, and how we talked about having more people represent women, for instance, in the House of Representatives, so they would understand the kinds of rules that are that are going through PCOS in their lives. How do we manage, to and support them? That's the word. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation, send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. All right, so let me come to you, Elsie, first, because last week when we talked about that equality and everything, and people would say, why do women want to do this? Why do women want to do that? We always bring up this argument that you don't understand the unique challenges of women, right? So it's almost like we are always trying to make ourselves important. You understand? Every time there's International Women's Day, there's Mother's Day, there's Wife Day, there's this one day. So some people do not even understand why certain things have to be brought to the fore. Right? PCOS is one thing that, honestly speaking, anybody that's gone through it, I doff my heart for them, because, man, even me will be woman. I understand that it is not a joke. It's not a joke. So maybe let me hear your thoughts on PCOS and,
So, to be very honest, my first understanding. When she shared her journey, I mean, I've known her for a while and I saw it. An interesting thing is that even we sharing my journey for other people, to dedication it takes to be able to manage it the way she has. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have the energy. But of course, they say once you're in that situation anyway, you will just find a way to do it. But my mind skipped because I had been exposed to what it is. You're glad to hear from a horse's mouth. She's not a horse.
Absolutely.
So
how about you, Issy?
To be candid, you see, I was just listening to her because, frankly speaking, when I saw the topic today, I was wondering, what is PCOS?
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of it. I've never seen anyone that has gone through it, basically. So I'm really, really curious to know what it's all about today.
Absolutely.
And what better person to tell us about it?
All right, so on that note, Chelsea, Olori Supergirl. Let me say the way they will say, Olori Supergirl.
Olori Supergirl.
Oh, sorry, Olori Supergirl. Chelsea Ajibade, she's the founder of the leading lifestyle and entertainment website, that olorisupergirl.com, and the most recently www.olorisupergirl.co.za. She is gone global, the South Africa edition, and she is one of the early adopters in the Nigerian social media space. She has worked with over 300 corporate and individual clients, brands, and has featured on Why Nigeria's list in 2015 as Nigeria's 100 most inspiring women and 100 most influential Nigerians on Twitter in 2015. She has also been nominated for Eloy Blogger of the Year Award, as well as a Social Media Africa Award. Tosin holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from the Lagos State University and earned a certificate in media enterprise from the School of Media and Enterprise, or Communication rather, in Pan-Atlantic University, Nigeria. She has participated in leadership and enterprise training organized by the Daystar Leadership Christian Center and the Future Project. Thank you so much. And she's live. I see as it is with me. Everybody that has gone to that academy, your life cannot be normal. And she's joined us live in studio. Thank you so much, Olori.
Thank you so much.
I mean, so you heard Elsie. I just saw you shaking your head and say, yes, it's a serious matter. Because
it's a serious matter. So because, I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing from Elsie that she actually followed.
I said we did follow. We monitor.
Followed the page, and I actually just thought I was talking to myself. Because even prior to when I also realized that I have, because I currently am going through it, that I have PCOS, I honestly came to me as a shock too, like, okay, so what is this? And then the gynecologist told me the things that even came with it, and then the things I needed to avoid and all. So it's actually a case where when you are being diagnosed with PCOS, of course you get the shock, and then you now think about your life. Where am I going to start from?
So let's start with that PCOS. Okay,
I was going to ask you, can you walk us through?
Break it down.
What PCOS is.
Okay, so of course PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's by the time you do your test, there's a cyst found around the ovary area, which comes in how will I put it, in tiny airbags, or there's a way they describe it basically. So depending on what you have and what you carry, but that's the way I can describe the way mine was.
Or is. Okay, still with you. Oh, okay.
So and with that, then the lifestyle change comes with it, because you have to stay off foods that would feed the cyst to continue growing. You know, so it's like there's something inside you, you know, there's something inside you. By the time you realize it from scan, test, and the rest of them, so you have to now stay off food that would continue to feed it to grow.
Pardon me, what are the symptoms?
Okay, symptoms, number one, you have like hair. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have like little hair.
Okay.
You know, just around the
so that's where they talk about the male hormones.
The male hormones comes out.
Oh.
Number two, for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. So for me, my tummy area is like the upper part of my body is bigger than my lower part. So my tummy area like looks kind of big, you know. And then some people ask, "Oh, are you pregnant?" You know, pregnant, you know, and that means it's weight gain.
Okay.
So that leads to weight gain. So other parts of your body, you have like dark areas or dark spots in some of your private, you know, areas, and those are some of the signs too. Then you might also have like skin irritation. It comes with it because I had skin irritation, and I went to I saw a doctor at a clinic in VI. When the doctor saw me, even through consultation, she was like, "No, this is not a skin problem. So it was from something from inside the body." So that's how. Those are the little symptoms you get to see, and that way you might just see it as, well, maybe I'm eating too much, or I eat maybe past 7 p.m. It's not all about that. It's just are the symptoms of what you would begin to notice, you know, on your body.
But I was just going to ask you that when you're living with PCOS, right? Is it something like, for instance, is it cancerous? Is it something that disturbs you? Is it something that maybe at some point you begin to have mood swings or whatever it is?
Yes, so mood swings comes in, and insomnia comes in, you know, where you can't have good sleep, where you can't, you have mood swings. And, you know, with the mood swings coming, you also have to understand yourself. Like I said, your body, you are dealing with your body. You're not dealing with the enemy or your village people. You are dealing with yourself. So you need to understand when these things comes, what do you need to do to like suppress it, or what do you need to do to just gain your body back. So that also took me time to also understand myself that, okay, I think when the signs are coming, when I'm about to, you know, get to that point, I just, you know, get myself back and just relax a little bit.
Do you think it varies from woman to woman, or it's a one
I think
size fits all?
so far for me and the journey, it's just different women, because there's a group where there's a group called PCOS Conquerors by Sheyi Amao, and they also talk, you have different from the northern parts, as in different women talking about this is what they are going through. And again, it also affects fertility.
I was going to come there.
Yeah, because women are also because women with PCOS also, of course, we all need to give birth. So this is also some of the things that would also affect, you know, fertility. And there are a lot of success stories of women who are currently dealing with PCOS who have also given birth the normal way without also still managing the cyst and everything. So like it's been said, even with the gynecologist or your doctor, they'll tell you it cannot be cured, but it can be managed. So how can you manage it?
But before we get
go ahead.
How early is it detected? Or is it advised to even go for checkups?
When you feel your periods are not regular, or when you see your periods are not regular, please go see a doctor. Don't assume you're pregnant. Do not assume, oh, I am pregnant, or even if you're not sexually active, do not assume, oh, I am Virgin Mary. Please see a gynecologist or see a doctor. I mean, I went through I will explain. I went through a process where I thought I was pregnant, and then I kept doing PT tests over and over again, and there was nothing. I kept doing PT tests over and over again with the strip, even with the lab test and everything. There was nothing until I started having skin irritation, and then I could not wear clothes again that would open my skin or my chest or my body. So I decided to cover up but from there it was because it was spreading out to my hands, spreading out all the way to my neck and my chest. Yes. So I just had to, you know, I visited the clinic and they told me this is not a skin problem. And this was at a skin clinic.
Wow. You know what? On that note, I would like to take a break because I want to speak on ovarian cyst, you know, because I've said a few people do surgery, right? I would like to hear your thoughts on that. But let's go on a very short break. When we return from the break, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we are having a discussion on biological uniqueness of women. And today we're focusing on how to manage, right, PCOS, because it's actually common with a lot of women. Now, if you are living with PCOS, as you know, it would be nice for us to hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation, send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-8663. You can also tweet at us at Wayshow Africa 1 with the hashtag Wayshow. All right, so
there's something she said I don't want us to miss.
Miss, okay.
Where she said that she started seeing reactions on her skin, and then she went for skin consultation.
Yeah.
There are people who would get those reactions, and what they would just do is just sit down to buy cream,
cosmetics,
just start plastering on there. But I think we should take that as also a very valid key point to take away, so that if there is an issue, we just really need to check ourselves, because like we rightly put in our
children, right? So because I know that a lot of fear that comes with it is that most people say it's just like the way you have fibroid as a woman. Most people say, no, if I do
yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because the first time the gynecologist told me that, okay, you have two options. The first option is either you take it out or you manage it. And for me, it was when he gave me when he told me what the result was and all, he told me that I could manage it.
Okay.
You know, but he gave me the first option of taking it out. And you know, like you rightly said, with women women who are also managing PCOS and fibroid.
Double.
That's double. Wow. That's double.
So this is a lot for someone to sit down across the table to tell you take it out.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's my body. I'm not ready for this mentally. And fear kicks in. So with that, you have a lot of thoughts going on in your head. I don't have kids yet. Why am I doing this one first? Why am I? So it's right for women who are in this phase to say, I'm not ready for this surgery. I don't think I can take it. I don't think my heart can take it. It's not because they don't have the money or the funds or the resources, but it's just the fear of what is going to happen.
Can we talk on Mr.
What?
Because your hobby.
Oh, okay.
You know, because it's one thing for you to manage things. It's another thing for to have the support of your partner.
Oh, okay.
Your support system.
Oh, yes.
So
okay. I didn't even see that coming. But it's fine. But so far, my husband has been very supportive of me, and the way everything has been. So, like, I think when we met, I told him about everything, and. So when the whole mood swings also comes in, like I would give you a very clear experience or example of what happened to me in January, just this year. You know, I was watching TV, and the next thing I started crying. You know, and it was in the, you know, home office, like it was the office in the house. It was working, and then I started crying. My heart could not take it. Like the tears build up. I mean, I was just building up, and the next thing I just started bursting into tears, and the next I just went to meet him. That, see, this is what is happening to me. Okay, I started talking and explaining myself, and I told him I don't understand my body anymore. And the reason why I said that was because with this thing that you're managing, your lifestyle changes, your eating habit changes, everything changes, including your physical body. You also need to go to the gym. You need to do your exercise. You need to take your walks. I do walks. I'm sorry, gym, I don't know.
It's for them.
It's for them, you know. And even my gynecologist also advised that, you know, yoga too would help.
Okay.
So you can do yoga, you know, if you have someone to take you on yoga, or you go to the gym or something. But I do my walks, my food, I make my meals. I hardly eat outside anymore.
So in terms of your diet, basically, what are the types of food you can
see, it's so diverse and it's so interesting. I'll give you a sneak peek, you know, to it. And for me, you know, with the PCOS thing and all, you know, hormonal imbalance in between, and then I'm also lactose intolerant.
Wow.
So
we are together on that one.
All right. So and for me, from my salt to the vegetable oil to the spices to my beverages, everything has changed. So instead of the normal milk that everyone would take, I take plant milk. So instead of the normal vegetable, I switch to avocado or olive. You know, instead of normal salt, it's pink salt. It is
coming there.
It is very, very, and you know, sometimes people will say, "Oh, maybe it's because you can have," which is what she, you know, raised with the surgery, and then you still have to maintain. What are you
support for you? You know, for instance, if you were in an office and you're working and all of that, and some of these things start to spring up, what do you expect from the people around you? And again, not many people are bold or courageous enough, again, you don't forget that anything that has to do with anything health, women and all of that, especially that would affect your fertility or whatever, there's already a stigma.
There's a stigma to
you understand? So they're looking at it, so this one of you born picking as he just did like this, just fine like this, you know. There are so many things, right? So people see you and they don't understand what you're going through, and you know, you're in a workplace, you know, what would support mean? You know, what would support look like for someone that is going through PCS right now, and it's almost like all her body, she doesn't even understand what it is anymore. What should the people around be doing?
You know, like I referred to my story in January, with my experience when I was in the house with my husband, and I had to explain to him, and he had to calm me down, because I said I've been doing everything, you know, even from seeing the doctors to do, you know, taking supplements to changing my diet, doing everything, and still, you know, still don't.
And January would be how many years of discovering it?
Okay, so I discovered 2017.
Okay, so you have even gone through
That's 5 years.
Yeah, you've even gone through like proper doing the right thing for 5 years, and yet in 5 years later you are still.
I'm still
go ahead.
Still on it.
Yeah.
You know, so and you know, in the course of our discussion, you know, most women don't know they have PCOS. They don't know the symptoms. They don't. That's why I said, even if your periods are not regular, please see a doctor. Do not assume certain things. You know, we try to self-medicate a lot in this part of this world. So, and even for myself, I also had to learn that, more, if there's anything, any little changes in my body, the next thing is to just call, you know, or to see a doctor or go to the lab. So for the workspace, you know, where women, of course, we don't understand ourselves, and people around you would not also understand you. I feel it's when they also open up to someone who they are close to. Maybe they are close to someone in the office, and just tell them the way it is. And for those who don't know what to do, and then like we said it over and over again, see a doctor so that the doctor can actually tell you what it is exactly, so you can know how to manage it. Because at the end of the day, mood swings, you know, steps in, depression also comes into place. At the end of the day, you don't know what is wrong with you, but you feel maybe your body's just out of you some type of way, and you need to get yourself all together. And then you are saying that you are getting, you know, bigger, but you don't know what it is. Or you say that you have hair, you know, around certain places that you're not supposed to have hair as a woman. And then you begin to see, even sometimes, even at a point, my hairline, my front hairline was receding.
Wow.
Yes, my front.
And you have a very good hairline.
I have a very good hairline, exactly. So, and you know, those were the signs, those were those things, and it's from the food we eat, honestly. I can't really emphasize because of the time that we have here. That is why the food change is very, very important. It's not just about going on diet for 21 days or 7 days. It has to be a sustainable lifestyle.
Forever.
It's a sustainable lifestyle. That's what I keep telling people. You don't say, I want to do this for 7 days or 21 days. You're not fasting.
Okay, if you were not, if someone who is not as wealthy or not does not have enough funds as you do, basically wants to, you know,
change the diet.
Was diagnosed of PCOS, and what would you tell the person?
It would be a good place to start.
What would you tell the person?
I think a good place to start, number one, is the water.
Yeah.
So your water can be boiled, because we take our water from the plastic bottle into our cup, or put it in refrigerator, and you know, but you know, while purchasing, you don't know where it has been. You know, so that is number one. Just take care of your water first. Boil your water before you take. Number two, our meals, our African meals alone, they are vegan, they are plant-based, they are meals that you can take without adding so much to it. From our vegetables, I have a mini garden that I manage. I have a mini garden just right in front of my doorstep, where I actually grow herbs and vegetables.
Awesome.
You know, and this also started when my lifestyle change started.
Absolutely.
So I had to delve more into urban gardening, you know, where I grow my mint, I grow my oregano, you grow ugu, bitter leaf, and the rest of them. I can just pluck, eat right from my garden. So for people who cannot afford that, you know, they can always do this from the local markets. It doesn't have to be so expensive. But I'll emphasize more on the milk, because we love our tea and our milk. Without the milk, you know, quantity higher than the tea quantity, we've not taken our tea and bread. Talking about bread, you stay away from white bread. You take wheat bread instead. Your ofada rice has to be
swallow,
our unripe plant.
She said she switched to avocado.
From the normal oil to avocado and olive. They're expensive. Meals myself. Number three, making my milk myself, making my juice, like even if I have to take parfait outside, I'm sorry, I won't be 100% sure what is inside because it's commercial.
Absolutely.
But yogurts, you have to be careful.
I want to actually take you back a bit to when you realized, which was 2017. And I mean, Louis Spaghetti has been there for way longer than that.
Yes.
How did that affect your business?
Job.
Your work.
It did. I think for that year, when you talked about mood swings, we talked about anger. It's work that year was just, back and forth with me and and the team members that
sometimes you're not motivated to
not even motivated. You might just get to the office and just start screaming.
And they said she woke up on the bus side.
Exactly. And right now I don't know who's watching, but it just takes me back to those things that that would have been the problem. And that was just right, talking about the workspace area where women don't know they don't know what these things are, they don't know how to manage it, even in the workspace area.
And that's why I say, I don't want a woman boss, their wala is plenty. You don't know what the woman boss is
going through.
So if you had to give someone who has been diagnosed of...
Me coming out to say this is because I went through the challenges, from 2017, I didn't even know anything. It started from 2016 until I was diagnosed 2017. So, and having to realize all of these things, it started from not knowing what was happening to my body, and then now realizing what to now do until 2019 when I now decided to change my health, my diet, and everything has just been, awesome.
So I must actually commend, because we had you, I think, in 2019, and I when you walked in, I could clearly see the difference on your skin, especially. I wasn't even sure.
Exactly.
Yes, I wasn't even sure of how the PCOS had impacted even your skin, but I wanted to even commend that there's just something different about you. So it tells you that whatever it is that you're doing, you're getting it right, because the look you have, it's a bit radiating, compared to that type. So it's interesting. I just want a lot of women, or men rather, everybody in fact, just be a lot more considerate when you see someone going through something, or you just notice that this person is not looking their usual self. It would be nice to just show some love to that person and say,
and then people should stop telling women that you're defensive mode because of I don't know what I'm dealing with, but I know I'm dealing with something, but you telling me that I'm fat. This is telling you I don't work with a size 14. I work with a size 10 to
so what I should go and work
what should I do? Exactly. So these are the things that you're talking about everybody. So everybody includes men and women. So we all need to be kind to each other.
Be considerate.
Whether you know me or you don't know me, you can't just walk up to someone to say you look fat or you look big. What happened?
Your body don't change.
Now you look small. Now you are now bigger. Compliments, things like that. People talk and they feel they're talking. Okay.
Give it to yourself, Elsie. You have a comment. Oh wow, this is interesting.
Okay, let me take this question. Comments. I'm not going to take the first sentence because it doesn't sit right.
Okay.
But it says from after that one, how can a woman manage it? Because it can be managed. My ex-wife had several issues when it comes to PCOS, but her nurse sister handled it medically. Though a lot of women had fear and scary moments in such dicey situation. God bless the women our mothers. I wonder if God is a woman. That's from Bobby Kennedy Jalingo, in Jalingo, Taraba State. Thank you, Bobby Kennedy.
Thank you, Bobby Kennedy. So, if you had anything else to say, what would you say to people?
If I have anything else to say, what will I say? For women who have PCOS, for fibroid PCOS, and they are married, their husband should please be considered and take care of them, because they are special in a way. In the sense that they will have to change a lot of things just to help themselves and their health. Also to make sure that they, give birth and they have children and all of that, and also people around them. When it comes to family, because I remember when I told my family, when I come to your house, I'm sorry, I might not eat this, I might not eat that. So they know already, not because I said it in a way to just put them off or not to say that I don't want to eat your food, but I had to explain to my parents, I had to explain to my siblings,
your in-laws as well, all of them.
I had to explain to them, certain things. Even for me, I'm a sweet tooth person. I love ice cream, I love cake.
You have to stop all of that.
I had to stop. So now I make my own ice cream, I make my own cake, I make my muffins.
And you open cafe now. I was going to say, if people need that support group you talked about, is it open to people?
Yeah, it's open. It's online.
Okay.
Yes, it's PCOS Conquerors. It's on Instagram. I think from the Instagram page.
So just send them a DM.
Just send them a DM. But for me, I've been able to help women who are going through.
Yeah, I was going to say, can they come to your page as well?
They can also come to my page at the Tosin Ajibade on Instagram. Okay. So I help women. I make food for women, busy women who are also going through health issues.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody would have the time
precisely
to do this, to make food and all, but I do it. You know, it's a service and that will
structure that is put in place to help every woman there. Because the truth is, we cannot say because of PCOS we will not do our work. They will not tell us that women, your wala is too much. We will break.
We're gonna work.
We're going to break all the ceilings and conquer the boardroom. But thank you so much, Tosin Ajibade. We had a fantastic conversation with you. Please ensure you share this link today to them so that they can also get here tomorrow as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria?
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Booking November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
It is engagement